Thank you very much for waiting and welcome back for the second game of the day. Once again on Erangel, Istanbul Wildcats outstanding performance, dominating that late game, getting their third chicken dinner today. Can they go 4-4?
Third chicken dinner today?
Oh no, on the group B. On the group B. There you go. In total.
Sorry, I was just like, today? What? And here's the thing, like they started day one with a chicken dinner. They started day three with a chicken dinner. And it's really great to see them standing out and they're looking really strong, particularly Lazar from Istanbul Wildcats being on top three of like both kills, damages, just really being such a strong part of his team, as well as the rest of the team as well. They've just been working really well. And what I noticed about that last game compared to other teams is that they took it kind of a bit more in their control. It seemed that they were like forward thinking, forward moving. They seemed very just a lot more on top of their own game, that they weren't waiting for teams to come to them. They were going to the teams and being the aggressive ones.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the rotations of that last game, except for ForKings. Once again, they kind of struggled at the start, so I'm expecting a little bit more from them. But here you go, second game of the day. Going to be playing this kind of central, a little bit more on the eastern side, maybe a little bit too far away from the likes of Primorsk, Georgopol and Hospital, and also maybe Gatko. If you go for a long drop, it is still pretty much in reach. And that means that for once, Team Unique, today, they might be able to get their military base if they do decide to drop there. Jokers, once again, they're going for high north. I actually like their rotation last game, actually. I really enjoyed their change of mind.
Joker's mid-game rotation and mid-game position
being very respectful.
Fantastic. And we saw them where they had 2-2 split. Istanbul Wildcats moved into one of their compounds. They exited and joined up as the top fours. Mm-hmm. Really clever play.
And I said Team Unique, they finally got their military base that they love so much. MOOPHEUS, once again, the kings of Pachinki, getting all that juicy loot for themselves. No tag team, better luck next time. Always going to go for their main location. Actually, where is ForKings? Where is ForKings? I can't see them.
ForKings are down past Milta.
There. Oh, they're giving up on Primorsk. Is out of range, so Milta instead.
It's okay. They are looking at this phase 1 circle and going, yes, finally, something that's normal. I'm really happy with that. It's central. All of the major looting spots are in there. Near a good 90% of the teams are inside the circle and are actually in the center of the circle. Mm-hmm. So I'd imagine that's going to give them just that little bit more time to loot up. Maybe get that extra little bit of loot that they need, that they could be looking for, that they don't normally have time to get. And with Rozhok, Yasnai, and Pachinki, that are such heavy compound areas, it's going to be interesting, what they can extract from their positions.
And the only shift you really have, you have like 4 teams that have to rotate: Jokers, ELGIGANTEN, ForKings, and Team Unique. And those shifts are so small. You can just almost ignore them shift. They're just not going to be really coming in play all that much. Though, no tag team. And also, better luck next time. They did shoot a few shots back and forth with the likes of Fairy Pier, but not much is going to really come out of that, I do expect.
Tickling each other, Just
been like, don't come too close.
Hey, just let you know I'm here. Howdy neighbor, do you want some sugar? I'll give you some sugar. Might be laced with a couple of M4 bullets, but, you can have some sugar. As we do see Jokers, they do have the north side of this map occupying Savarni all to themselves. Nice, easy entrance into the circle. They could even just hold on to kind of north side of the circle and not go into the mainland, like past the river, because phase 2 shift could go heavily up north, and it could be a bit of a divide between north and south of the river.
So the best place is just put yourself a little bit more in the center, like that. You are pretty much your next phase rotation will be just made a little bit easier,
especially with calculating the fact that the plane trajectory was so central. Yeah. The map is so central. 90% of the teams they will have realized that 90% of their teams are already in the circle. Therefore, any harsh rotation that they need to make to the mainland will be a little bit easier, because not many other teams are moving in there as well. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. Hope I'm right with that. As Red Foxes, they have Milta once again all to themselves, but they could look to gatekeep either Team Unique or ForKings.
Mm-hmm. Red Foxes 3rd position last game up against Jokers, and also the side of Istanbul Wildcats, though Stratos don't get scattered out. Yeah, like, one thing about Red Fox is actually... Oh, no. Well, actually, I might go over to that again. Like, Stratos is going to be chased a little bit by Double, but Double going to give up on that. Istanbul Wildcats a little bit down that hill section. Stratos will make it back to his team. That's going to be completely fine. And AmerouuS, as they try and hold this high ground, they're going to be able to hold that towards Potato Hill.
Yeah, Team Moves kind of realizing, okay, Potato Hill could be a good spot for us because most of the teams are already in circle. This is beautiful high ground, and as you just said, it's kind of center circle.
They're going to have a huge potential towards the likes of School. They're going to have their own area for themselves also. No need to rotate is so good. Also, one thing that's good for huge potential, you have the likes of Jokers that dropped at Severny high up north, and they're going to slowly try and rotate as a one, like they're just going to be all completely split. Once again, that's what they do. And a huge potential, because it's the river on their side, they can try and slow down, even maybe take out Jokers early on, but I think the Jokers saw that and they're going to get a little bit more on the east, just trying to avoid that confrontation with huge potential.
Well, I think they're just kind of waiting, biding their time a little bit, maybe go together as a four-man team and then cross that river.
The boom, wait for me.
Yeah, exactly. And they're kind of maybe realizing, okay, we have about 2 or 3 teams, and yeah, they're exiting, as you said, going to the east, entering into Yasnai, or at least over the river from the bridge of Yasnai, and then find a nice spot, possibly by the side of the road.
4 Kings. What lost them last game is their split rotations, and they're doing it again. I'm a little bit like... They've got to try and change that up a little bit, I think. Manny's going to be that front line. He's going to close on through. Also, if you guys don't know, 4 Kings was the team that did replace, actually, Vitality in this Phase 3 here in PEL Contenders.
Yep.
And they're going to have some big shoes to fill. Let's hope it goes a little bit better for this second game of the day on Erangel. As ELGIGANTEN, they dropped where their prime location would have been last game. They would have really liked to drop in that location. They're going to be going a little bit on the eastern rotation. No teams should be keeping that one, except maybe the likes of Brute Force. But even Brute Force, they're split. Yep. They don't have their full forces to really take them on forward. So that should be a nice entry point for them. Jokers, they finally got a little bit closer together. Not really picking that fight with huge potential. And they got the compound of their own, as they're still very split, actually.
When you're talking about new kind of teams and new, so to speak, rosters, Jokers are also a new roster. They took over the slot of Winside Esports, so they're looking to make a splash. After yesterday's Soundhawk game, I've absolutely no doubt that they can do that indeed.
Team Unique, they finally made it. I was a little bit scared that maybe no tag team would get a little bit in their way of this rotation towards the likes of Pachinki. It seemed like, unfortunately, because they had that 2-2 split, they didn't really want to take that fight. But Grag, he's going to be staying far behind. Actually, was Desut. Just playing it safe. A 2-2 split at this stage, especially against these kind of risky rotations out of the likes of military base. I do really like that. Just to try and play a little bit more passive. And in case you did, we already saw that actually from Team Unique on Miramar, splitting up their forces to try and rotate. They died a bunch of times, but they still got some of their forces left just to get those positioning points and maybe a few kills, which is looking good. But oh my god, the start of the fights is coming on through from Brute Force on ELGIGANTEN.
Yeah, AmerouuS popping out those shots towards the direction of MOORPHEUS. Great play coming out, great frag secured coming out from them, and they're getting the first kill of this game on their side. First point in their favor. Uno punto going over to Brute Force.
I talked about the potential then of Brute Force gatekeeping a little bit. ELGIGANTEN, they did get MOORPHEUS out of the picture. ELGIGANTEN, they're going to be rotating, but actually 4 Kings and Tempest are also around there, and there's still the likes of Brute Force. Obviously, they're still going to be there to try and shut that down. They get closer. Tempest on the other side, they have that compound, but they still have the high ground and a little bit of terrain to hide their location. But ELGIGANTEN, finally, they find a home that they can call for themselves. And they're going to try and gatekeep that just a little bit longer. And just avoid the fights because there are so many teams. Just sit down.
They're kind of going for a bit of a 2-1 split. ghostar is going on his own up towards a more northerly part of the circle. Maybe being a bit of a scout, as Marcelek is now kind of exiting right there. As you see shots being popped off by KnorkiS in the direction of Brute Force.
This location is going to be a little bit scary later on in the next phase, because if it does shift away, you have so many roads to Brute Force, Tempest, 4 Kings, and also ELGIGANTEN. Making it through those areas early on can get a little bit scary at some stages, so definitely try and keep that in mind. If it does shift to the west, these teams are going to get in quite a big struggle. Otherwise, they're going to go on through, and it will be going a little bit central towards the west side. So still, they are 9 circle that can get a little bit tricky, but if they do rotate early, try and go to the west side, they can try and get an easy entry point.
There's definitely going to be a lot of tricky rotations from the east side of the circle. Brute Force, Tempest, Red Foxes, Jokers, they all, ELGIGANTEN, Four Kings, they all have to try and make their way into this circle. And a good few of them are looking to possibly make the rotation from the south or the north side, shifting on through to the west. Red Foxes are doing something similar to that, as are ELGIGANTEN. Even Brute Force, but 3 squads are doing it. ELGIGANTEN, Brute Force, and Four Kings.
Legends think alike. They were going to be shifting up north towards Yasnaya Polyana.
Oh no.
I'll be careful though, Jokers. They're going to try and make it up across the bridge, back from where they came from. But it seemed like they go back up north. It's chill. It's nice. We like it up there. There's no teams to fight, and we can just relax for the next few phases. The boom, a few shots coming out from Spyro. Doesn't connect any, unfortunately. They're going to be just a little bit safer. Going up to the bridge that's a little bit further up on actually the west side of the circle to get an easy entry point towards the likes of Ruins and Gatka. And they can just call that location home. Also, ELGIGANTEN, Brute Force, going for the same similar kind of rotation. Brute Force might be actually taking a fight with Northern Lights, pulling off the 2-2 split towards Rosshawk.
Look at the teams that are in Pachinki. You have Team MOOPHEUS and Team Unique are in Pachinki. Airstation Mike are in the field outside Pachinki. As are great. Oh, man, perfect timing. Couldn't have said it better myself. I do also have BetterLuckNxTime to the north side of Pachinki and No Tag Team to the west side of Pachinki. And even PG-18 occupied a church outside of Pachinki. So in total, that's roughly about 5 teams in the Pachinki area.
Yeah, Airstation Mike, they're getting slowly in there through Pachinki Field. Seems like they're going to try and hold Pachinki hill, so I think that's going to be just a little bit safer to avoid getting involved with Pachinki, because even though there are a lot of teams there getting closer now, you can get gatekeeped by a lot of those teams. But Jokers, finally, they got Rosshawk under their control, and they can just stay there for a little bit longer. No team's really going to threaten that. But though Northern Lights, I was just about to talk about that, Northern Lights and Brute Force. Brute Force did breach the compound, and Northern Lights, because they were doing a 2-2 split, they instantly got back together, which I love.
Yeah, so now this is going to be a bit of a standoff. You do see HalloSenpai and Maken now in one building, and Hawk and AmerouuS in the other building, so holding 2 different angles. All the while, Team Unique and Team MOOPHEUS are fighting in Pachinki. Man, I love Pachinki fighting, especially in competitive. something a little bit old school about it, so to speak. So I love to see these players having a bit of a cheeky fight here or there in Pachinki, as Northern Lights still holding on to where Brute Force are, waiting, just peeking out. A couple of grenades being flown out by Brute Force, if I'm not mistaken, in the direction of Northern Lights, but nothing really connecting for now.
Nothing too much. We still have Pachinki in circle. Yesterday we had that huge El Pozo game. Will we have a Pachinki game this one? That would be big.
No, because I was thinking, I reckon the circle shift is going to either go towards Ruins or it's going to go to the hills, to the fields outside Gatka. That's where I think it's going to be huge.
So you don't want Pachinki?
Southern shift. I don't want it to be Pachinki, no. Because, I kind of do, but I don't. But Reggie Birdo getting knocked down onto standing from Unique.
What you say?
Okay, it could be a Pachinki finish. Okay. It's
getting spicy.
Good. It's getting spicy indeed. Tempest could be looking to occupy Potato Hill as well, as about 7 or 8 teams are in circle, so the likes of huge potential on the edge. MJ-Esports driving their way through. Airstation Mike facing under pressure. No tag team driving on through. Yannick getting put down to about 40 health, but not quite being taken out, as fEJK does get caught out by Nemeth from PG-18.
We saw a great rotation come out also from the likes of PG-18, doing a 2-2 rotation, just putting 2 members in Pachinki, trying to secure the area before getting their 2 other members in the compound, which I think is a really safe rotation. No tag team O'Connell going to be the last member rotating away to get to the likes of Yannick, but be careful, Airstation Mike still in Pachinki Fields just around the corner. They can still try and slow them down a little bit.
We did see fEJK getting taken out.
Yeah.
Kill secured by PG-18.
Ooh.
Now we do see Blast on from Four Kings, knocking down Perfectix on the side of Northern Lights. As OK Bro looking to drive away. Blaston is going to look to secure that frag. As Yannick from the side of No Tag Team being taken out by Jazza from Team Unique. This is Pachinki, baby. And now Blaston still being very careful, being very aware, does not want to expose himself too much, right? You get the knockdown, you always want to try to secure the kill, but if you reposition yourself a little bit too hard, you can find yourself being taken out. So great grenade coming out from BlastOn to secure that kill onto Perfectix.
You're not taking just one member away from Northern Lights, you're taking out Perfectix, which is going to be a huge point of entry point for Four Kings. They do have that front line. BlastOn, always very aggressive player. Really like to see his playstyle here, but still, MJ-Esports are going to get a little bit involved. AmerouuS going to be going for late game rotation. ELGIGANTEN, though, they are also going to be trying to aim for Pochinki. They're going to go through Pochinki Hills on the west side of this phase. I'm going to try and apply maybe a little bit of pressure on the likes of Airstation. Mike are still in Pochinki Fields. So that's a really good, easy point to defend, in my opinion. That's going to be working out really well for ELGIGANTEN. As Team Unique and no tag team going to be just clashing back and forth just a little bit.
Yeah, and what's interesting about that Four Kings Northern Lights squadify is that they're both outside circle, and Tempest are actually being able to gatekeep them going into circle. But this is Team Unique going up against no tag team, also going up against Team Oops. There's also PG18 there. There's also BetterLuckNxTime. This is pretty crazy in Pochinki as BlastOn secures another knockdown onto OK Bro. He's popping off in the second Miramar game of the day. What can Deep do? As he does see the fact that his teammate, his comrade, gets secured, taken out by BlastOn.
BlastOn just going to try and hide himself behind that rock. Going to stay in the zone here. Phase 3, the shake damage going to be still just a little bit, though Four Kings and Northern Lights is going to be losing Spyro. Here it is, the shot come through.
Oh, nice!
It did get out. You only got 12 HP remaining. Might be a little bit careful here, but he's going to get his res back up. He should be just fine, though. GRISHKAPOWER still in the distance. Another shift on top of Pochinki and Pochinki Fields. They've got to keep that in mind. But now Deep, he's going to leave that one go through. He knows he's in the blue zone. This should be the end of BlastOn pretty easily. Here it is, though. Deep and Push going to apply some pressure by Marnie.
No
going
way.
to be leaving only 2 members remaining on the side of Four Kings. But that's going to be put down just a little bit slower. Tempest and also MJ-Esports. They are 3-man party in this fight for the past few minutes. And we did, unfortunately, lose Northern Lights in the process.
So now BlastOn did get taken out after being knocked down initially. So PlayZone will take him out as Tempest, as you said. Gatekeeping the edge of the circle as it's going to start closing in the next 25 seconds, looking for Four Kings. There's also MJ-Esports in the northern side. Outside the circle, there's also huge potential, even more northerly outside the circle in that compound. So 3 squads could be getting a lot closer together than you think, as HalloSenpai from Brute Force knocking down Freenup on the side of Red Foxes.
Oh, Grishka making out with just a few HP. Nice grenade still chucked on over by Tempest. Tempest has such a good point of pressure because they have 3 of their members, Wookie Bookie, Kleb, and also Hani. They are just having 3 different angles of pressure on the members of Four Kings that are still not in circle. And as I said, that GRISHKAPOWER going to be knocked away. Manny and Hagee going to be remaining on their side still, going to be turned into a 2v4. But still, MJ-Esports, they're trying to rotate a little bit high up north, but they're just scared to try and shut down that rotation from Four Kings.
Yeah, they're playing a bit of a safer spot because they could end up getting themselves third-partied, although talking about getting third-party, huge potential looking for MJ-Esports as Freenup, kill secured on the side of Hawk from Brute Force, and this is GRISHKAPOWER being taken out by Kleb on the side of Tempest, putting finally Four Kings down to 2 players. Absolutely perfectly as Kofes is dancing around those bullets, does get knocked down at the hands of ELGIGANTEN.
We talked about it earlier. Pochinki Hill, such a nice area to defend. But unfortunately, PG18, they tried to do a 2-2 rotation. The Wanderer taking bullets, going to be exploding in fashion. That's how you want to go out in style. Diaz, though, going to be remaining the last member, actually, of PG18. They tried to go for a 2-2 split to get to the compound of BetterLuckNxTime or Istanbul Wildcats. But unfortunately, when you're in the middle of Pochinki Fields, you're easy fire, easy access to get shut down. Not looking great. But PG18 going to be eliminated then in 15th position.
We do see MJ-Esports are going up against huge potential outside the circle. They have to go down the hill of Pochinki, heading towards the field, so that's going to be a little bit risky right now as BetterLuckNxTime. Hold on to that shot. ghostar gets that frag grenade onto the hands of Metabay from Red Foxes.
BetterLuckNxTime, they just completely lasered Istanbul Wildcats out of their freaking mind, and Laz is going to be the last member remaining there. And there's a rotation going to come on pretty high up north. You talked about the 3-man party, it's still going on a little bit slow because of those smokes. Going to buy a little bit of time for 2 of these teams, but though Hawk going to be slowly res back up. Should be fine, but here it is, the next shift from Rain. Going to be coming out. Ojala in the blue zone, going to be taking a little bit of damage. But he's also the last member. Instantly going to be taken out of the picture. MJ-Esports in 14th position, taken out by huge potential. Yeah,
now Zolters is actually finding himself being put under pressure by Tempest. They have the top of the hill. Huge Potential have the bottom of the hill right now. They're trying to make their way upwards. Ehot getting the kill onto Higgy from 4Kings. There's still many left going on the edge of the circle as Grinhawk does get taken out by the plays on Huge Potential, down to 2 players. Ooh. This next shift, phase 5 has shifted outside of Pachinki. Yep. That's it. The fields of Pachinki. Better luck next time. Hold on to the center circle. You also have Brute Force on the southern easterly side of the circle in a bit of a 2-2 split, as Laza from the side of Istanbul Wildcats still get taken out, and that's them squad wiped in 13th place. 12 teams, 38 players left standing.
Jokers, once again, they're playing super passive. I'm absolutely adoring their playstyle on today's games. But all the teams that are still in Pachinki, they're all going to have to cross Pachinki Fields. That's going to get really spicy here on the west side of this next phase.
And you've seen Team MOOPHEUS there pulling the trigger, going into that tiny little compound shack in the field of Pachinki. Going to try and get the work done as Manny, who's the last man standing, secured a knockdown on the Hani from Tempest, but does get taken out in the process. 4Kings eliminated in 12th place. Now it's starting to pop off between these teams, between these remaining players. As O'Connell does take down Hugstar from the side of Airstation Mike, but Airstation Mike still kind of keeping their hopes and dreams of a chicken dinner alive. Kedjoran was knocked down from the side of Team MOOPHEUS. The Tab knocks down Zolters beside a Huge Potential, as they are both 3 teams outside the circle. That is Huge Potential, Jokers, and Tempest up in the northerly area.
Yeah, northerly area going to be having 3 big teams going up against each other. They're going to have to try and still make it through. They're still not in the circle, as though Better Luck Next Time against Brute Force. Going to get a nice knock. Brute Force, they're still going to have the high ground. Going to get a little bit cautious here. It's getting scary. Huge Potential also between 2 teams, between the likes of Jokers. Jokers finally, for the first time in this game, getting involved in a huge 3-man partying. Huge Potential. Tempest actually going to be backtracking away from that skirmish to get in circle, to get a nice high ground potential, to try and deny these rotations from Pachinki. Huge play from them.
Well, they're just covering all angles, covering all positions. A Jet on the side of Jokers looking for his shots off, gets a knockdown onto one member of Huge Potential right now. All the while, Ariane does get the knockdown to Wookie Bookie, as no tag team still going up against ELGIGANTEN, as Huge Potential get eliminated in 11th place. Tempest had just a much better position overall, much better security, and they were able to take advantage right now. Now they turn their attention onto Jokers. Double knockdown coming out from Hani onto the boom, and Jet right now is set, and Moon are the only 2 left standing on the side of Jokers. They try to make their way into the circle.
They're going to try their very best, but unfortunately the blue zone is right on top of them. They do lose the boom. In the back though, it's going to be turned to a 4v2, actually a 3v2, because you have a Force that's going to be really far away, another knock coming on through. Set going to try and march on forward just a little bit more, but here it is also Team MOOPHEUS from the low ground of Pachinki Fields. They're going to try and get a nice angle. Do find an opportunity. Tempest do lose Hani in the process. Unfortunately, Joker's set going to be lasered on through with that SLR, but just surviving, just a few HP remaining. Got to be a little bit cautious there, just find a little bit of cover for the long term. But will it be working out? He's still not in circle. Tempest, they got a really easy entry point to work with later on, but now Say he had to take a decision. He did hop out the smoke. And still MOOPHEUS, they go, know exactly where Set is located. He's just going to be 3-man party by 2 of these teams, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end. But no tag team. We talked about the hard rotation from Pachinki. They got taken out in 10th position.
This was the fight between Airstation Mike and no tag team, and Airstation Mike have come out on top, but Jazza is the only one that's left standing. All the while, Tempest, they have to move down Pachinki Hill, and it's actually not a good entrance point into circles because Team MOOPHEUS are right there. Better Luck Next Time are right there. It's always risky. That's why they're doing their best to get as many kills as they can in that time, and they do take out Jokers, who are eliminated in 9th place, and Tempest already on 9 kills in this game, Maxman.
So Hjort, unfortunately, from Tempest getting a little bit attacked by surprise by Hawk from Brute Force. They're going for a little bit of a split. Actually, a 1-1-1 split from Brute Force this time around, but still, the 2 compounds are still in the middle of the circle. Better Luck Next Time having a 2-2 split in that main compound in Pachinki Fields. MOOPHEUS a little bit higher up north, a really good position to work with, but fight is still ongoing. Is actually in the Harry Potter Tower of Pachinki Fields. Going to be the likes of Red Foxes and ELGIGANTEN. 1v1, Marcelek and Jevles just on 2 different locations. The first member to leave this building is going to die. Marcelek is pulling off the trigger first, and that's going to be an instant laser on through. Kill stolen away.
Yeah, but I can't see Red Foxes surviving that much. Yeah. They're now going to get popped up by AmerouuS. All the while, Kedjoran on the side of Team MOOPHEUS popping off against Unique right now. They'll secure 1 frag for his side. It's only Greg left standing on the side of Team Unique. We're down to 5 teams as Red Foxes were eliminated. Airstation Mike get eliminated in 6th place. This is kicking off right now in the final phase or 2 of this game.
You can see that one member of Team Unique, Greg, he's going to have the entirety of Pachinki Fields to go through. He does have a loot crate to use as defense, wherever it is though. Tempest going to try and rotate away around the corner.
Nice.
Brute Force. Fine Hawk instantly getting flushed out by Hani. Nicely done, but though Maken still in range, a little bit further in the distance on Pachinki, actually on Potato Hills, I'm going to call it. And actually, AmerouuS, I think, is doing a smart play here by trying to get a little bit closer down to Maken on the east side.
And this is something I was wondering, like, should BetterLuckNxTime go all 4 into one compound, or is the 2-2 split better? I think the 2-2 split is better, although Arctics from BetterLuckNxTime secure that kill onto Greg from Team Unique, so we're down to 4 teams, 12 players left standing. Team MOOPHEUS have a full squad. BetterLuckNxTime have a full squad. Brute Force have 2 players. Tempest have 2 players. No, they only have 1 player because Hani has just been taken out by Kedge Doran on the side of Team MOOPHEUS.
Wiki Bookie gonna be left and remaining on his own between the likes of Brute Force Maken and also the full forces of BetterLuckNxTime and Team MOOPHEUS. He's gonna try and be a little bit careful, but he is in a circle. Whereas Brute Force is not, they're gonna have to push forward a little bit, putting himself out in a bad spot against the likes of BetterLuckNxTime. Wiki Bookie finds an angle, takes a few shots, 30 damage, but unfortunately 2 members on the side of Wiki Bookie. That might be a little bit too much, was that Scar. They are slowly pushing on through, but they're very close together. I think a split here from Brute Force would make a lot more sense just to try and deny that protection from that trees behind right now. Actually, define it behind that rock.
No, because they're just going to look
Grenades.
for that flush grenades that are going to be popped out. It does take out Tempest in 4th place. We're down to 3 teams. I do agree with that kind of sticking together on the side of Brute Force. They were able to just really put pressure on the side of Tempest and secure that squad wipe. But now they've got to turn their attention onto the final 2 teams, which is Team MOOPHEUS. It is BetterLuckNxTime, but Team MOOPHEUS, their circle shift phase 7 actually went away from them. Hawkey did get himself knocked down, but there is a car there that could provide the extra level of protection. How are they going to hold on to? What are they going to do? The smoke grenade now being flown out in the direction of where Hawkey is to try to create that smoke wall to try and push their way into the circle. Very calculated, easy to spot out plays coming out from Team MOOPHEUS. I like what they're trying to do.
It's about to get cloudy on Erangel here in Pachinki Fields. Brute Force still not pulling the trigger. There's no reason to. Grenade going to be chucked on over. Nice! Colby on top of Hawk. But now they're going to try and push on forward. Still 3 members of MOOPHEUS. 2-2 split. Huge going to be on the side of BetterLuckNxTime. Richie Birdo going to be put down pretty low, though. Faultlessly did push a little bit nicely on Maken, the member of Brute Force. Maken, also AmerouuS going to be a little bit higher up on the hill of Pachinki, of Potato Hill there. Maken still, those trees going to be pretty much in big action.
Well,
the next hit is going to be important.
He knows that Faultlessly was there. That's why he just held a better angle behind that tree, and they can actually now turn their attentions on the kind of team moves. So not only are team moves outside the circle, they're being lasered by 2 different teams. It's really hard for team moves. It's a matter of kind of when they're going to get squad wiped, rather than, so to speak, if they're going to be squad wiped, just purely because the circle didn't really go towards them too much. Double is just inside it, but as I said, they're being lasered.
And also we saw that the shit did happen on one of the first compounds of BetterLuckNxTime. They can get the 2 of the members in there and have 4 members in one compound. That would be huge for BetterLuckNxTime as they still have the prime positioning. Brute Force also going to have to try and force on through a little bit. Moves just a little bit more distance to work with for their 2 members in the back. They still got quite some work to work with.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
And that's the thing. They're just popping off shots. Obviously in the hopes that they're going to connect, but when they pop off shots, they're saying to Team MOOPHEUS, look, we have you spotted. Don't even think about moving. So they're looking to kind of pinch him against the blue zone, maybe even kind of expose him to the open air to try and take them out.
That's something you're going to try and work with. But Brute Force, their team just a little bit more in a bad spot. Maken going to take a few shots down to now 1 at 5th HP. Nice shot from Reggie Birdo. Can he confirm the kill? Nice headshot was under 85 damage. Nice. Even though they might get taken out by the likes of BetterLuckNxTime, that was a huge play. Just 1 point can make the difference.
Yep.
Yeah. And here it is though. The push is slowly coming on through as fate is going to be pushing because they know they have the smokes. It just shut down the visibility of Team MOOPHEUS. And fate can just force on through and create a different point of pressure. As Brute Force was taken out in 3rd.
I was just going to say, and that puts Team MOOPHEUS in 2nd place. It's extra placement point standing, and it could, hey, it's 2v4, but we've seen stranger things happen. A good grenade, a good flank, a good reposition. Hell, just good peaks coming out from Team MOOPHEUS could put them in with a chance of taking this chicken dinner. It's going to be damn tough as Artix is looking for them. The grenade comes flying out. He manages to reposition just in time to avoid the blast off from that grenade as they're just continuing to fire them off in the direction of better luck next time.
There's not better, like much more for MOOPHEUS to do there. Another grenade coming on through, but it will not be working out. That huge grenade of Faultlessly taking out the 2 remaining members of MOOPHEUS. That's going to be better luck next time. Taking a huge second game today for them on Erangel.
Wow, that's...
It's always better luck next time, grenade.
Yeah, better luck next time. The nades being absolutely faultless from Faultlessly. There you go. But what did I say? I said Team MOOPHEUS were going to come up there. I said they were the team to look out for. They didn't quite get the chicken dinner, but they got second place. They got, I believe, 6 kills in that game. I think better next time got 10 or 11. And you also had Tempest pulling a fantastic performance, holding on to the edge of Pachinki Hill and the high ground for the majority of that game.
As we go over the highlights, once again, 2 games in a row, I feel bad for Northern Lights. They get 3-man party all the time. Leave them some time to breathe, please. What did they do to you? 4Kings, also a team that was getting 3-man party quite a lot this game, struggling on those rotations. Though, I gotta say, I was really impressed with 4Kings because they stuck together and just like that late game, that they got into the late game phases. I was really proud of how 4Kings just stepped up their gameplay in the second game today. Has huge potential. A lot of 3-man parties on these Eastern shift coming on through, unfortunately, as you were kind of expecting as that Phase 3 did show up. And huge potential later on down the line did get taken away by Jokers and Tempest just closing up that claw on top of them.
Yeah, this was solid play coming out from a lot of these teams. Team MOOPHEUS, they held on to that kind of shack for so long in this game, but no tag team. This is the battle between no tag team and Airstation Mike that we didn't get much of a view of. We just sort of kill feed kind of pop off every now and again. And as we had seen, Airstation Mike did come out on top of it in this game as Tempest, who'd held on to the high ground for so long, were eventually taken out by brute force.
Then that double grenade on top of Wookie Wookie, just not giving him any chance of escaping that one. Nicely done. That was Tempest out in 4th position. Still stepping up their gameplay, which I'm really, really enjoying here on the 2 last days we had been seeing of them. That nice shot from Reggie Beardo on the Khan 98.
Oh, man, that was beautiful.
And wait, I want to see that grenade coming on through from Faultlessly. We're going to see it really soon. That was a grenade on the side. Perfectly executed once again. Better luck next time. Really, on the leaderboards also, they are just stepping up really slowly. And in that top 8, they've just been really consistent today.
Man, they have, and I absolutely love how these teams are doing. Istanbul Wildcats didn't seem to have the strongest of games, held onto a solid position, but those circle shifts, like going into Pachinki and then out of Pachinki, because it could have been a Pachinki finish. Like, we didn't think it was going to be an El Pozo finish. Yes, a Miramar, but it was. So, yeah. Didn't think it was going to be as crazy as it was in that last game.
Really fun Pachinki field finish here on Erangel as we go next game on Miramar for the desert map. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back in just a few short minutes.